What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the St. Thomas Dynasty here on NCAA 14. This is your boy John J. giving on the mic, and today we go on the road in sunny Tampa, Florida to take on the Bulls of Southern Florida. They're currently sitting at 0-5 and are going to be playing desperate just to keep their remote Bull hopes alive, man. Should be a good one, so make sure you smash that like button as well as hit subscribe if you have to be new. Let's go ahead and take on the Bulls from Southern Florida. So as you saw, guys, Southern Florida is actually going to start with the football, as they're going to go ahead early and often go to their tight end Andrew Glover, who was able to pick up a few yards off the screen pass. Guess they're like a quick rhythm kind of team. Must be a new system, because, you know, 0-6 or an 0-5 is just really hard to deal with, man, for sure. Is now 3rd and inches. Stewart gonna drop back on a throw short once again to Randall. We got ourselves like a great value brand Tom Brady, it seems like, because he hasn't thrown it past a few yards upfield. As Stewart looking around, gonna throw it short once again to Randall for a second time. This time for a gain of 7 yards. Is now 2nd and short. Stewart gonna throw again short to Glover. He picks up 9 more yards for a first down, as they find themselves in St. Thomas territory, as you know, they're just trying to get the first points on the board. Gotta do what you can when you're an underdog looking for your first win of the season, but it could stall here. 3rd and 6. Stewart's gonna drop back to pass once again. Gonna be a throw to the right hand side, and it's to Ricky Young for the first down. Definitely pretty unfortunate, as you know, they are in field goal range all of a sudden, but we will clean it up. Finally get that stop, and do force Southern Florida to only a field goal, as it's now St. Thomas's turn to take the field for offense for the first time today. Brooks gets lit up like a Christmas tree. Did not see the corner coming in late, and now it's 2nd and 22. Definitely not how we wanted to start, but they blitz again, and this time we make them pay. Lucas Coley down the sideline, only one more man to beat, and the rest of the team catches up to him. But a gain of 59 yards, not too shabby if I say so myself, is now 1st and 10. Brooks going over the middle to Alex Garcia in double coverage, but it doesn't matter. Garcia leveraging his body in order to make that grab. As we're in the red zone for the first time today, let's see if we can take the lead, as Alex Garcia does make the catch for a gain of 8 yards on the play. Is now 1st and 10. Brooks is in the shotgun. He's going to drop back. Going to immediately find Alex Garcia once again for 8 more yards up the field. Nice little 2nd and short coming up here, man. As now Brooks dropping back, throwing over the middle to Isaiah Thomas, but it's deflected away by Raymond Graves, as we'll have to resort to the read option to try to get into the end zone here. Let's see if we can get it, and we get stuffed up the middle. Brooks cannot get the yards needed to pick up the first down, but we're only a yard away. Even if we don't get it, we'll pin USF very deep in their own territory. But we want 6 points right now, which we will get. Lucas Coley is in the end zone. Touchdown, Tommies, as Lucas Coley gives St. Thomas an early lead here in this first quarter. You love to see it. So we do force the Bulls to go 3-and-out in their next possession. So now it's our time to shine once again. Play action coming up. Going to go over in the middle with Tyreek Miller, who nearly picks up the first down. Gain of 9 yards on that play. As now 2nd and 1. Another play action on the way. Brooks dropping back, going to try to throw it forcefully to Isaiah Thomas. If he waited just a little bit longer, he had a touchdown up the middle, but just didn't have the patience that time around, as we'll have to pick up the first down with this run game, which we will get. A tough run by Lucas Coley that picks up a couple yards for us. So now, next play. Jamie Smith is going to be sent into motion. We're going to run it up the right-hand side again, as Coley picks up 6 more yards. He's starting to heat up on the ground gain. Twice as many yards on that carry as he has had on, you know, the first 2. As we'll throw to Damian Hudson. That's incomplete. A drop pass that would have been a first down, as this first quarter is already over, man. It's a pretty close game, 7-3. Let's see if we can heat up here. So here we go, 3rd and 4 coming up. Brooks dropping back, gonna try to throw to Isaiah Thomas. It's incomplete. That would have easily been a first down if we would have just made the catch, and we had to settle for a field goal. The Bulls now down by 7 points as Stewart is dropping back in the pocket, gonna find Jamal Randall eventually for a gain of 12 yards. Wish we would have gotten some more pressure to maybe potentially get a safety, but instead we're gonna have to try to get a stop once again, as they look like a competent team. They look like they shouldn't be 0-5 so far. I don't know what's going on with these guys, to be honest. But a 3rd and 13 coming up, long 3rd down for them, as Stewart's gonna try to throw it for the first down, but it's intercepted by Kevin Carter, and he's got some space to work. Only a couple more people to beat, and he is gone. Kevin Carter with a return for the touchdown off of the interception, and instantly make this thing a 2-score ball game. Courtesy to our man Kevin Carter. Hey, Mr. Carter, love that touchdown. As now the Bulls are back on the field after giving up a touchdown from our defense. Actually, our defense right now has more points than their offense does. That is how well we've been playing so far. Let's see how long we can keep that up, or even maybe get another touchdown from our defense. We'll have to wait and see, but for now, 3rd and 8 coming up. They're in the shotgun formation. Stewart's going to drop back, but it's instantly dropped by Buster Porter, beating his man off the line of scrimmage. And with only a minute left, we can extend this lead even further. I'm trying to push this ball down the field quickly, as Brooks looking around, going to find Adrian Allen, but it's dropped for an incompletion. A difficult catch to make, but you got to make that if you get your hands on the ball. As now, 2nd and 10. Going to throw up the left-hand side, finding Tyreek Miller, while also getting out of bounds, able to save a timeout for now. Regardless, we will go into no huddle, get the troops to the line quickly, as we'll try it once again, but this time it's read by an open book. Could have been picked off, but thankfully it was dropped. The drive will still continue, as we'll throw over the middle to Alex Garcia. Nearly a first down, but not the case, so we will have to call our first timeout here in this first half of play. And since we only need 1 more yard, going to go ahead and just run it here, just to play it safe, and it almost doesn't work. USF actually played it pretty well originally, but Lucas Coley was able to improvise enough to keep the drive alive, as we'll go to Alex Garcia again. He's in the edge of the red zone now, thanks to that 14-yard catch. Alex Garcia already with 5 catches in this first half. He has been active for quite a bit today, as Lucas Coley, another 7-yard gain on the play. Getting out of bounds too, is now. Let's see if we can get another carry with Coley. He stopped originally, but finds some space, and we got ourselves a 1st and goal. Let's see if we can add to this lead. Definitely want to do that before the end of the first half, as Brooks going over the middle to Tyreek Miller, but it's dropped. That would have been a touchdown. So we'll go ahead, see if we can choose some more clock, man, if we don't get into this end zone, which we won't right away, but we will at the very least, get some yards, some major yards right here. Although we do decide to call a timeout, that's not what I would have done, looking back, but doesn't matter. Lucas Coley is in the end zone. Touchdown, Tommies, as Lucas Coley makes this a 3-score game. And with 23 seconds left, all we got to do is don't allow any big plays, which we've been doing a pretty good job of so far in this first half. Just got to finish the deal as they go to the right-hand side to Ricky Young. A gain of 15 yards on the play. First down for the Bulls. As now, 1st and 10. Going to go to the left-hand side. Finds Kendrick wide open. Corey Johnson has to bring him out of bounds. A 34-yard gain. That's exactly what we did not want to do whatsoever, and we might pay the price for it as they throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulls. Ricky Young gets their first touchdown of the ball game, and what a disappointing way to end the first half. We're still end up with a 2-possession lead, But, you know, this could have been a lot more lopsided early on this first half. Second half coming up shortly. Alright, boys, welcome back to the second half of this ball game between St. Thomas and USF. Gonna start this thing off with a read option to Noah Brooks, who's able to narrowly miss a defender on the way to a early first down for the St. Thomas offense. Brooks hasn't really gotten much of a chance to carry the ball unless he's been sacked. But, you know, gonna get rolling with him, the ground game, as he is dangerous with his mobility as well. Gain of 5 on that one. As now, 2nd and 5. Brooks dropping back, gonna throw it to Thomas, who gets lit up like a Christmas tree, but is able to make the catch regardless. No problems here, as we're now in USF territory. As Coley, another good run. Gain of 13. Just gonna ground and pound these boys to the ground. But we'll switch it up a little bit. Allen, another time that he's open. I don't know what's the obsession with this defense leaving Adrian Allen open. He may be a blocking tight end, but he can make plays for us for sure. As there's Jamie Smith making the carry up the gut for a 6-yard gain on that play for his first carry of the ball game. But now we got a 3rd and 4 coming up here. We'll go with the read option. See if they'll go to Lucas Coley. They do. That leaves enough space for Noah Brooks, as that should have been a face mask. I don't know how the refs managed to miss that call, but it's fine. It's totally fine. Of course, if that was the same thing for us, they would have called it, because that's NCAA 14 in a nutshell. But we should be able to punch it in here as Jamie Smith gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Tommies. And St. Thomas is making it pour in the state of Florida. 31 points already on USF. And is putting the Bulls in a pretty tough spot right now. As Stewart gonna try to lead the response. Gonna start by throwing the ball up the middle to his star wide receiver in Mason. Almost a first down. Not quite. But we'll get it on this next play thanks to a run up the gut for Tom Whitmore. But we do get them to a 3rd down. Let's see if we can stuff them cold. As we will do just that. As it is a stop in the backfield. Jared Scott read that thing all the way through. So they got to punt it back to us. And man, we can really make it pour on these guys right now. That's what I would love to do. Right about now as Noah Brooks will pick up the 1st down actually. We could have actually went 3 and out there, but we're a little too good for that against this kind of team. As we'll throw up to Isaiah Thomas. He makes another catch. Gain of 8 yards on the play. Nice gain for the receiver. Isaiah Thomas has been a little bit cold so far in this game, though. Only a couple of catches. But when you're winning by this much, it doesn't really bring much of a need to pass the ball that much. So for now, did rely a little bit on the running game. But let's see if we can get IT open here. They decide to go to the other side. Alex Garcia once again. Another 12-yard gain on the play. It's another 1st down for our receiver and Alex Garcia. As we'll switch back to the run. Jamie Smith going to cut back up to the middle. They sealed the outside pretty well, but they forgot about the interior. We just ran right through that hole. I could have ran through that hole, and I didn't even play football at all. As now Brooks is going to take the halfback screen to Lucas Coley, who gets us within just a few more yards. 1st and goal coming up. Let's see if we can punch it in. Coley going to take the handoff. Going to go up the middle, and it is most of the way to the end zone. A 5-yard gain on that carry. As we go into the final quarter of play. St. Thomas up by 21 going into the last quarter. Get your 4s up because I am trying to blow these guys out. Let's get it. Alright, boys, welcome back to 3rd and goal here. We're going to go ahead and try to punch it in with Jamie Smith. As the interior is blocked pretty well, so we had to try to bounce it outside. Doesn't work for us, so we had to settle for a field goal. Don't want to do anything funny here. You know, got the huge lead. You know, just trying to make sure we take care of business as we force a fumble. Antoine Black was nearly able to get the fumble forced by Buster Porter. But instead it's 2nd and 19 as they make us pay for it immediately as they pick up a 1st down on the next play. Kevin Carter had to come in there and make the tackle. That is disheartening to see. a big play, you know, losing an opportunity to, you know, make a play for our defense and get our offense back on the field. But instead, it's still USF's ball. 2nd and 4. Going to try to throw it deep, and that's nearly intercepted. Jared Scott nearly got his hands on the ball. That's the 2nd time we could have forced a turnover. And now we are. 3rd and 4. It's a play action. No, it's a read, and we get the stop. Richie Stewart could not get the yards. But you already know the Bulls are not going to give up just yet. They are playing desperate right now, man. As Stewart going to take the ball up the middle to Whitmore. Goes for a gain of 16. Easily picks up the 4th down. As USF has to score here. There is no other option. Otherwise, this game is essentially going to be over. But USF, man, they are having their best possession of this entire game. But it's coming a little late, to be honest. As now, 1st and 10. Up the right-hand side to Bradley. So many guys all around him. He's finally brought down. But they're going to call a face mask on our guys. Looks like they're going to throw the flag on Corey Johnson. That brings it half the distance to the goal. As USF looks to punch it in for the 2nd time today. We missed that tackle, and that means Mike Harrell gets into the end zone. Touchdown, USF. Let's see what they decide to do here. They're going to go for 2. To try to even it up as soon as possible to make this a 2-score game, as they're just shy the 1-yard line. Monster cooking it up right there. As all we got to do is get this onside kick, and we should be good to go. Save it, we're 5 and 1. But Alex Garcia can't make the grab. Kevin Scott recovers the ball. And things could get pretty interesting here, depending on how this possession goes. So Stewart dropping back, going to throw short to Glover, who does pick up 6 yards. A nice little gain for that tight end. As the Bulls will get into their no huddle immediately. Time is still not on their side whatsoever. 3rd and 1 coming up for USF as they go with the read option. We are there to stand them up, but they give him the 1st down. I don't think that ball was across the 1st down marker, but it's just too close to try to challenge it. As we'll get the sack anyways a few plays later. Buster Porter tying the school record for most sacks in a game, sitting at 3 sacks. Be interesting to see if he can get one more before it's all said and done here, as Stewart will try to throw over to the right hand side. Marcus Mason makes the catch, but still 4th down coming up. So now all the hopes and dreams for the Bulls of Southern Florida hinge on this play. Stewart dropping back the pass, going to throw to the left hand side. It's great coverage by Billy Ewing, but what a nice job by Jamal Randall to make a great adjustment on the ball, keep the drive going, and keep what glimmer of hope that USF has as it turns into a Southern Florida touchdown. This time Marcus Mason getting into the end zone for the Bulls football team, as they'll go for 2 once again. See if they can make this a 10-point lead. Glover going to be moved to the motion. Looks like it'll probably be a run. Let's see if we can make a stand, boys. Let's go get it. As it is indeed a run, and we blow it up immediately. No problems for us, as we do get a studio update after that failed 2-point conversion. Ole Miss pulls the upset on Auburn, winning that top 25 matchup 31-28. What a game for both squads. Very good football teams for sure. But let's see if we can actually get this onside kick, though. They try again. This time it does not work whatsoever. Damian Hudson III was there on the hands team, able to collect that onside kick. And then after running the clock, we're going to go ahead, kneel this ball, and go ahead and get out of here, man. Noah Brooks kneeling the ball seals the deal for the St. Thomas Tommies as we finish this game with a final score of 37-22. St. Thomas back on the winning warpath, improving to 5-1 on the season. A dominating game for St. Thomas for sure. The scoreboard doesn't necessarily reflect that. So checking out the scoring summary for our guys, and it was a great performance for the team. Great bounce back game considering what happened to us against UConn. Built ourselves a really big lead where, UCF did try to come back. They, played really hard, but at the end of the day, we just had too much of a lead for them to really do anything about, and it's a good game for our guys. Checking out the stats for our dudes on the field. Noah Brooks was starting at quarterback today. 19 for 26, 217 yards, but did not throw any touchdowns. However, he also didn't throw any interceptions, so we're cool with that. The running game was pretty active, particularly in that second half. Lucas Coley led the team in both carries and yards with 19 carries, 95 yards, and 2 touchdowns today. Jamie Smith also chipped in with 22 yards on the ground, as well as 1 singular score. The receiving core, it was split between Lucas Coley and Alex Garcia today. Lucas Coley actually led the team in yards through the air. He had 89 receiving yards. Alex Garcia wasn't too far behind him. He had 62 himself. Defensively, the player of the game has to belong to Buster Porter, man. 11 tackles, 7 TFLs, and 3 sacks. He even forced a fumble. Unfortunately, we didn't recover it, but the fact that he did was pretty cool. Tied the school record in sacks in a single game. He was also the only person to get to his quarterback. Kevin Carter, though, was able to force an interception and was able to take it all the way back to the house and get a touchdown for us that gave us a 2-possession lead. Great performance for our defense. You love to see the recovery. So not only do we get it done against an American Conference football team, we also got 2 pretty promising football players joining the squad. JT Evans, a wide receiver, and Greg Norman, a quarterback, have both committed to play with the squad, both over 70 overall, and are very talented kids for the future for sure. So next episode, we will return home to play against the SMU Mustangs in the American Conference. There are B-minuses across the board, where we still have that C, B-C. And, Kirk Herbstreit is still going to rock with us, but we can't take these guys for granted. We can't take anybody for granted in the American Conference for sure. It's going to be a really good one, so make sure you smash that like button, as well as hit subscribe if you happen to be new. This is John J. Gaming on the mic, hoping that you all have a wonderful day. Take care, everybody.